Hi there, welcome to the first in a series of tutorials on techniques in LineRider. This series of tutorials will be very much in the moment, rather than prepared situations for the most part, although we will try to keep the length down if possible. This particular video showcased particularly complex techniques, so it ended up being quite long. The recording quality could have been better, and I will try and fix that in upcoming videos. Also, this is my first attempt at video editing, so be patient. Okay, now onto the video. So, for people that have seen Kevin Seven's great Singularity tutorial, you may have run into one or two problems once you start using other kinds of singularities, especially in other kinds of rotations. So, me and Anton thought we would give you this great little tutorial here to hopefully answer some of the issues you've been running into and help you out along the way. So, Anton, can you show us some weird singularities?
So you mean like different directions, like
Yeah,
this?
so see this one here, like how would you make that live?
So first of all, I'm using a line that's slightly off angle, but I'm holding X to get that snap. Uh, so it's 30 degrees, which means the other line has to be um, perpendicular to that line. So basically, you just do this the way you do any other. Make a bunch of lines like this. I'm gonna look in the first iteration because um, that's where he turns into singularity. So right now you can see that
Yeah,
he's in a point, but he's not really going into the singularity. So basically what you want is adding this line made the head turn in this direction. And ultimately we want all the contact points to turn in that direction.
right.
There's the sled. And you can mess around with different stuff. Let's see. Adding another line like this. So there we go. That's almost everything. Need the sled. Oh, I think I saw the sled. Okay, so I got the sled, but not the hands. So I'll just remember moving this around. Funny stuff.
Hey, it's close.
Oh, that's really close. Annoyingly close for sure. Oh yeah, changing the length of these lines will also have an effect.
Yep, for sure.
Which is, it's strange, but like that.
Yeah, I
That's how
guess
it is.
that's something we can only see with Conan's analyzer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the frame where I had the feet and the hands, which is here. And then I'm gonna try to get the sled in a different. So working at different angles is definitely a lot more difficult than working with just regular X, Y. Which is why I tend to, instead of going through all of this, which eventually I'm gonna get it, but it's gonna be I don't know when it's gonna be, right? So like there might be a different way to do this. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna multi-line his contact points um, closer to. So actually, I'm in a bit of a weird position because it's already in a singularity, but I'm gonna pop him out of this. And all right, so now I'm in a blank slate. I'm gonna try to do a singularity. So first, what I do is I try to see if it's possible to get all of the contact points into a vertical and a horizontal cramule, all within the first iteration. So the thing is, if this doesn't work, as you can see here, then you're not going to get it into Singularity in the first iteration, which is what you want. So
Right.
what I'm going to do to counter this is I'm going to move this contact point, which is the tail, which is also, you can tell because it's the one farthest away in the momentum tick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the previous frame. I'm going to make a tiny, tiny red line that multi-lines it in the direction I want it to go. There we go. So let's see if it works now. And it works. And getting into the vertical cramule, I mean the horizontal cramule also. So let's see if this is a success, and it looks like it's a success. But now, shoot, he doesn't live in the next frame. So that's a bit annoying.
That tail still kind of far off.
Yeah, it's far off. So actually, let's see if we can increase this here, if that does anything.
Oh,
No,
it's
but
kind of
increasing it.
moving. Yeah, something's happening.
Well, all right, so he dies here. Let's try to reduce the stress forced upon him by weakening everything here. That's probably a little bit closer to living. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to detach him from the original place in which I got the singularity. So this can be tricky sometimes, but basically if you're using the hitbox, the gravity area, you can try to just like barely hit it and you'll be able to move him around.
Yeah, I've managed to make him live doing something like that before. But yeah, like you say, it's very hit and miss.
Yes, this is a lot of hit and miss. Let's see. He's in a pretty difficult position as of right now,
Yeah.
because ideally pulling him up to this corner is a pretty solid way of like making him live, because it affects the butt and the second peg in a different. Having to pull him down, as you can see, only pulls the contact points farther, farther away, as you can see.
Can you multi-line him to live from that frame?
From that frame, well, the issue here is that he's already in a singularity.
He
So in order
is.
to multi-line the contact points, you need to grab each. You need to grab the contact points you want.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you have to. Whoa, Arglin, like your voice is coming out like a robot, buddy. I think he died. Rip.
There he goes. Okay, so how then do we make a singularity going up in this corner
You
without?
could find side awful.
Tell,
Oh my god! I was trying to say that you could try multi-line.
Arglin, like type it. It'll
I
still
heard
come up in the
I
video, I think.
I heard multi-lining, so
Yeah, why don't you go back to the bit you were
You could
multi-lining before and
try
multi-line it more?
through
that's
the
what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
singularity.
Move everything closer together.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
Oh my god, Jesus!
Rest in peace, headphone users.
So that's solid. Let's see now.
Arglen, tell Moo that everything he's typing is being recorded too, because I'm recording Anton's screen.
That doesn't work, so I'm going to multi-line it even more.
Yeah. Arglen's top tip: slash a red line through the singularity to make him live.
Oh yes, you can also grab very specific contact points by. I'll just pull up the picture here, because this will affect only some of the contact points, and you can locate then the ones that are going insane or like far away.
Yeah, I think I might have done that in Hills actually.
Oh, here we go. We can actually get his contact points ridiculously close to each other. Give him the butt. Do the butt.
I wonder if you can just multi-line him into a singularity. Would be an interesting one.
That'd be cool. That'd definitely be cool.
That's like something Rideliner would do.
So he's pretty compressed right now. Let's see if we've got any luck. Of course, there's that one. Oh, so do you see how close he is?
Yeah, it's just one.
So
It's
maybe
just a feat,
actually
I think.
we can get that by nudging him around. So sometimes it's difficult to detach him from the line. What I usually do then is make a super tiny line and just make it above, and then it will become much easier to detach.
Yeah. I guess in this instance, it's not going to let you pull him up.
No, sadly, which is what I ideally. Okay, but we got pretty far. There's only the feet now, so let's use Arglin's tip. Try to find the feet in here. Oh, there. I'm looking for like a tiny nudge in the feet, and we got it over here. So, oh, there it is. So now, actually, he lives.
Nice one, Arglen. That was pretty quick.
So now, what we can do is try to make a tiny red line. Get him on top of a tiny red line so that we can multi-line him out of this mess. Hopefully without mess. Well, actually, let's see if yeah, this looks doable. I mean, obviously, you don't have to do all singularities because this is, you know.
Or do we?
Or do we? Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yo, what's going on?
Nothing.
Okay.
You saw nothing. So let's just try to make him live for now. The spread is pretty big here, so we are actually better off multi-lining this one.
Yeah, pushing it back in.
And why not just go as far as possible?
Does it need to be closer to the sled, or does it just have to be pushed back?
It just has you just have to get all the contact points closer to each other.
Right.
Sometimes that means, different way.
Yeah.
So what contact point is lagging behind here? Let's see. So I'm moving it out to where all the contact points are on the line. So if we're over here, yeah, so now actually we know that we can get this if we just move this one over here. So let's find out what that is. I'm guessing
tail.
it's the tail, yeah. We've already been working with the tail, but let's see if this do it. So yes, you might encounter this problem. You multi-line it, but it doesn't affect the line. What I do is I just move it a little bit around, nudging it around.
I think you need to aim it more at the sled.
Sure, you want to aim the line in the you have to aim the red line you use to multi-line in the direction you want it to go, and that's usually, yes, closer to the sled.
There you go.
So now
Survives.
I'm actually living here. Let's see if we can actually make it a bit stronger without obviously killing him. Being quite stubborn here.
You're in iteration 1.
You know what? That might have something to do with it.
I do that all the time, so I look down. Yeah. I like feeling, I'm like, why the hell isn't this working? I'm like, oh, great.
Downward cannons and well, in general, moving him downwards with wells is usually a bit of a pain because it involves forcing the peg, which when pushed down tries to go up more or less.
Alright.
But let's multi-line him out to a place where this stuff is easier. Add a few lines, change the angle. See. Yes, let's go this way now.
It's just like it's rocketing off over there.
Oh, and I recently found out that you can use the scrolling thing on your mouse in order to, yeah, do that. Add a ton of multi-lines.
Well,
I'm hoping for. Usually they're not this hard, to be honest. But it changes. So let's use Argelin's technique. Let's identify which contact point is lagging behind. It's the string. Try to find the string in here. Let's get it a little bit closer just now so we can see what affects the red line. Again, looking for that nudge in the string, just this one. This is pretty like unofficial stuff, Hanu. I'm not gonna lie, we're just goofing around, aren't we?
We're going into unexplored territory. Oh, there you go. Moved a bit. Yeah.
The other way.
Yeah, like all this is pretty novel to me for the most part.
No. I've not been doing this kind of quirk in a very long time, actually. It seems old skills die hard. So, as I said, getting cannons in this direction is a whole lot simpler because it allows you to pull him up in this direction, and as you can see, I'm pulling him just like so far. Unnecessarily far, if you ask me, but doing it for the show.
Wait, so that Singularity came off of that little waffle thing? Oh, it's up
Yep.
there. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I get
So
you.
it's a little bit messy, but
Yeah,
so from this frame to the next, he actually travels down here and then up there.
yeah, you got that one so fast, I almost missed it. It's like, god damn.
And let's try to multi-line him to get him a little bit easier spot. Adding a bunch of lines, then wiggling around, then even more so. Whee! Okay. Testing to see if we get one. This definitely possible. Oh, now we're in a little bit of a difficult situation because now if you're following the momentum vectors, some are going this way,
Oh,
some
yeah.
are going this way.
That's not going to end well.
That is not going to end well. You see, sometimes you're lucky that they meet at the middle, so to speak. That's
Yeah.
not the case now.
So does it matter if you have the hitboxes facing different ways when you have to make ones like that, or will it just not work?
It can work, and sometimes, but that only when the contact points moving in this direction um, and those in this direction are on like the opposing sides of the center, if that makes sense. Or like, you want every single contact point on. Shit, how do I explain this? So let's say if these are the contact points, then it can work because then you can push them to in this way and then in this way.
Yeah.
But if one is like this, then there's
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
push this closer to the center.
Yeah, that can get pretty complicated pretty fast.
See where we are with this one. It's always easier to look at the first iteration. Damn it, this does not work. It's not, so let's find out which it is. It's the string, which means let's look at this frame while adding a bunch of red lines. Or just one, actually. Alright, let's do it without those. Looking for that string again. Oh, wow. Right. All right, let's just not stack it that much then. You can always get the same effect of like stacking a bunch of blue lines as, you know, just multi-lining one. So
Yep, it's gonna be just like a Grammy cannon.
exactly. Sure, why not recycle this?
That's so cool.
We'll see if it works though. Always the important part. Oh, I forgot the string is actually still misplaced, which is weird because I'm not able to catch it, it seems, or any contact point for that matter. Which means that he's going. There's very few sub-iterational steps. He's going pretty fast from his starting position here up until this corner.
Right.
Because if there were many steps, then you'd eventually hit one of them. Sheldoniel, there we go. So I'm actually gonna just redo this frame. Okay, so quick and easy, but get. Oh, looks like there's a lot more leeway here.
Huh.
Let's try to find out where the nose is in the beginning. So it's over here, which means it's going this way or that way. So let's try something here and okay. Oh, I hit it. Floating through the air.
Nice.
So a lot of this is pretty.
Yep. I think you showed two pretty good examples there, and we covered, I guess, the essential concepts of, let's say, like advanced singularities, which is, as you said, multi-lining contact points where necessary, and always looking back at the previous frame, grabbing points, moving them closer together to make stuff more survivable. And then you can make some crazy ass track like this one.
This is an old Singularity track.
like so much on the recording. Like you can only see like 3 frames of it. This way.
Man, it lasts for barely, not even 2 seconds.
Yep.